When you think of thriving urban centers in the United States, which cities comes to mind? New York, Los Angeles, Chicago? While these metropolises continue to buzz with life, there's a darker side to America's urban landscape that often goes unnoticed. Across the country, once vibrant cities have fallen into decline, transforming from bustling hubs of activity into virtual ghost towns. In this video, we'll uncover the shocking truth about 10 American cities that are considered dead in 2024, exploring their rise, fall, and the factors that led to their decline. And stick around until the end for a bonus revelation about a dead American city that tourists surprisingly love. Let's embark on a journey through 10 American cities that have faced significant decline, exploring their stories and the factors that contributed to their current state. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more eye-opening content about cities around the world. Let's embark on a journey through 10 American cities that have faced significant decline, exploring their stories and the factors that contributed to their current state. 10. Number 10. East St. Louis, Illinois. Our first stop takes to East St. Louis, Illinois, a city that's once pulsed with industrial might. In its heyday, the city pulsed with manufacturing and transportation activity. However, the latter half of the 20th century saw a dramatic reversal of fortunes. As industries departed, unemployed soared, triggering a mass exodus of residents. Today, East St. Louis grapples with a host of challenges: a dwindling population, high crime rates, and crumbling infrastructure. The city's struggles are visible in its abandoned buildings and quiet streets. Despite efforts to attract new businesses and improve public services, East St. Louis continues to fight an uphill battle against economic decline and social issues. Its story serves a sobering reminder of how quickly a city's fortunes can change when its economic foundation crumbles. 9. Jackson, Mississippi. Moving south, we arrive at Jackson, Mississippi, a city steeped in history and once brimming with Southern charm. Known for its role in the civil rights movement and rich musical heritage, Jackson has struggled with economic stagnation in recent years. The city has seen businesses close their doors and jobs become increasingly scarce, triggering a population exodus. Infrastructure issues have compounded Jackson's problems, most notably the 2022 water crisis that left thousands without access to clean water for weeks. Crime rates have surged, further tarnishing the city's reputation and deterring potential newcomers. Despite efforts by local leaders to address these issues, Jackson continues to grapple with the complexities of urban decay. Its story reflects the broader challenges facing many southern cities as they navigate changing economic landscapes and addresses long-standing social issues. 8. Port Arthur, Texas. Port Arthur, Texas, once a booming oil town on the Gulf Coast, now has seen fortunes dramatically reverse in the recent years. In its prime, Port Arthur was a hive of activity, with refineries providing jobs for thousands and its port bustling with ships. However, as the oil industry faced upheavals and environmental concerns grew, Port Arthur's economy began to crumble. The closure of several refineries dealt a devastating blow, leaving many residents jobless and struggling. Natural disasters, particularly hurricanes, have further stained the city's fragile economy and damaged its infrastructure. Today, Port Arthur's population has dwindled, with many parts of the city lying abandoned. The once busy port sees far less traffic, and the smell of oil that once permeated the air has faded along with the city's prosperity. Despite attempts to diversify its economy, Port Arthur continues to struggle, serving as a cautionary tale about the dangers of over-reliance of a single industry. 7. Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Pine Bluff, Arkansas, once embodied the essence of a small-town America, known for its rich agricultural heritage and strong sense of community. However, recent decades have seen this Delta region city face significant challenges. The decline of traditional industries, particularly agriculture and manufacturing, has hit Pine Bluff hard, leading to job losses and population decline. Crime has become a major issue, with the city often ranking among the most dangerous in the country. This reputation has deterred potential residents and businesses, creating a cycle of decline. Infrastructure has suffered from years of neglect, with many buildings falling into disrepair. Despite these challenges, local leaders and community organizations are working to revitalize Pine Bluff, focusing on education, crime reduction, and economic development. However, the road to recovery remains long and uncertain. highlighting the struggles many small American cities face in adapting to changing economic realities. 6. Buffalo, New York. Buffalo, New York, once known as the Queen City of the Lakes, has experienced a dramatic fall from its former glory. In its heyday, Buffalo was an international powerhouse, with skyline dominated by grain elevators and factories. However, the mid-20th century saw the beginning of Buffalo's decline. The opening of the St. Lawrence Seaway diverted shipping traffic, dealing a severe blow to the city's economy. As steel mills and factories closed, jobs vanished, triggering a mass exodus of residents. Buffalo's population has dropped by more than half since its peak of the 1950s, leaving behind abandoned buildings and empty neighborhoods. Harsh winters and a reputation for urban decay has hindered efforts to attract new residents and businesses. However, recent years have seen signs of potential revival, with waterfront revitalization projects and efforts to attract new industries. While Buffalo still faces significant challenges, its story of decline and attempts at rebirth offer valuable insights into urban renewal. 5. Camden, New Jersey. Camden, New Jersey, once a thriving industrial center, has become a symbol of urban decay in America. Situated across the Delaware River from Philadelphia, Camden was home to major corporations and boasted a diverse, working-class population. However, the latter half of the 20th century saw Camden fortunes plummet as manufacturing jobs moved overseas, leaving widespread underdevelopment and poverty in the wake. Crime rates soared, earning Camden an unenviable reputation as one of America's most dangerous cities. This notoriety further deterred investment and drove more residents away, leaving behind abandoned neighborhoods and shuttered storefronts. The city's education system has also struggled, with low graduation rates limiting opportunities for young residents. Despite these challenges, recent years have seen efforts to improve public safety, attract new businesses, and revitalize the waterfront. However, progress has been slow, and Camden's story remains a stark illustration of the deep-rooted challenges facing many post-industrial American cities. 4. Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana, once hailed as the magic city due to its rapid growth, now stands as a stark example of post-industrial decline. Founded in 1906 by the United States Steel Corporation, Gary quickly became a booming steel town. At its peak in the 1960s, it was home to over 175,000 residents and symbolized American industrial might. However, in the 1970s and 1980s, saw Gary's fortunes change dramatically as the American steel industry declined. Massive layoffs and mill closure devastated the local economy, triggering a population exodus that left behind abandoned buildings and empty neighborhoods. Crime rates soared and infrastructure crumbled under neglect and shrinking taxi revenues. Today, Gary's population has dwindled to less than half its peak, with large areas lying abandoned. Despite these challenges, efforts are underway to attract new industries and revitalize neighborhoods. Gary's story serves as a powerful reminder of the vulnerabilities of single-industry towns and the devastating impact of economic shifts on urban communities. 3. Memphis, Tennessee. Renowned for its rich cultural heritage and pivotal role in American music history, has faced significant challenges in the recent years. Once pulsing with the energy of blues and rock and roll, Memphis now grapples with persistent poverty, high crime rates, and economic stagnation. The city has struggled to adapt to changing economic realities, with the loss of major employers and decline of traditional industries leaving many residents jobless. Crime has become a particular concern, with Memphis often ranking among the nation's most dangerous cities, deterring investment and making it difficult to attract and retain residents and businesses. The education system has also faced challenges, with underperforming schools limiting opportunities for young people. Despite these obstacles, Memphis retains pride in its cultural heritage and continues to draw tourists. Efforts are underway to revitalize the city, including initiates to attract new industries and improve public safety. However, Memphis continues to grapple with the legacy of decades of decline, illustrating the complex challenges facing many American cities. 2. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan, once known as the Motor City and heart of America's automobile industry, has become synonymous with urban decline in America. In its heyday, Detroit symbolized American industrial might, with factories churning out cars shipped worldwide. However, The latter half of the 20th century saw Detroit's fortunes plummet as the auto industry struggled with foreign competition and changing consumer preferences. Factory closures and massive layoffs triggered a population exodus, leading to a shrinking tax base and difficulty providing basic services. In 2013, Detroit filed for the largest municipal bankruptcy in the U.S. history. Today, large areas of Detroit lie abandoned, with its population less than half its 1950 peak. However, amid the decay, there are signs of hope. Recent years have seen pockets of revitalization, with new businesses moving in and efforts to improve public services and attract new industries. While the road to recovery remains long, Detroit's story of decline and attempted rebirth offers valuable lessons for urban America. 1. Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan tops our list as a city whose name has become synonymous with urban crisis in America. Once a thriving center of automobile manufacturing, Flint's decline has been both steep and heartbreaking. The city's fortunes were tied to General Motors, which at its peak employed nearly 80,000 people in Flint. However, as GM downsized and relocated operations in the 1980s and the 1990s, Flint's economy collapsed, triggering widespread job losses, poverty, and population decline. The city's struggles came to national attention in 2014 with the onset of the Flint's water crisis, which exposed residents to lead contamination and highlighted years of infrastructure neglect. Today, Flint's population has continued to grapple with its long-term effects of lead exposure and eroded trust in the local government. Despite these challenges, community organizations and local leaders are working tirelessly to address the water crisis, improve public health, and attract new investment, showcasing the resilience of a city fighting for its future. And since you're a part of our family and watch our videos until the very end, here is a secret bonus we saved just for you. One of our most surprising dead cities that tourists actually love is Centralia, Pennsylvania. This former coal mining town was mostly abandoned due to the underground mine fire that has been burning since 1962. Despite the danger, Centralia has become an eerie attraction for urban explorers and photographers, drawn to its cracked, steaming streets and abandoned buildings. It's a ghostly reminder of how quickly a thriving community can become a modern ruin. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-bending travel content.